probably a pretty emotional thing to do, but if you want to, or somebody you love is at fault or you think they might be, can you sue them?
You can. And a lot of times you may have to, actually, based on the situation. So you can't sue someone that's a member of your household. So if it's your spouse, your child, you live together, you're under the same insurance policy, typically that person is excluded.
Okay.
But if it's your boyfriend, girlfriend, or parent that you don't live with, or whoever it is, in that situation, you can bring a claim against them. And sometimes you may not even have the option, and this is sort of why, is earlier we talked about percentage fault as a percentage game, right? Mm-hmm. It's not always black and white of who caused a crash and who didn't cause a crash, but we assign percentages to each party. Well, sometimes that's not just you and the person you're suing. It can, in Florida, sometimes be called a fab re defendant, which is the defendant brings in another party. So let's say you're a passenger in a car and you get rear-ended. And the person that rear-ends you is saying, well, the driver of that car made a sudden stop. That's why I rear-ended him. So now there's three potential, there's another person that could be at fault, not just the person you sued, but also the driver of your car. I was in my boyfriend's car and now he's getting brought into this. If you don't include him in the lawsuit, you're never going to recover that percentage.
I'd imagine those conversations can be pretty emotional. How do you explain to somebody that it's not, you're not, I guess you are suing them, but you're not doing it in a I'm trying to get you way, if that makes sense?
Yeah, and you have that conversation with your client. You say, listen, we're going to have to bring in your friend or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your family member, whoever it is. We're not going to go after them. We're going to go after their insurance policy. Okay. Their insurance policy may pay you some money, may not, but we've got to protect your interests in this. And the challenge is making sure you do your investigation up front because of a potential conflict. Let's say two people are in a car and they get hit, and you represent, as an attorney, you represent both of them. And now one of them has a claim against the other one. You can't represent them both because you can't sue your own client. And so making sure that if you're going to take multiple people in one car, there's not going to be a conflict that arises in the future.
And you alluded to it. When you sue that person, that loved one, it's not, I'm going to take the money out of your bank account. It's the insurance companies.
Correct. Yeah. And that's always something to keep in mind is, in my family, obviously we're very familiar with the process. I remember once my grandmother slipped at my Uncle Chuck's house, walking down the stairs, and my dad was like, I can't wait to bring this claim, but it's because we know it's a homeowner's insurance policy and it's, we didn't bring personal. The claim, guys, just disclosure. But yeah, it's having that conversation with the client and just making sure they understand that it's not going to be the person paying it. It's going to be their insurance company.